Hey Brandon, I want to ask you about the uncomfortable accessory of addiction. It's called handcuffs. They suck. You and I both know this. W- you went 17 months, 18 months that you had to serve.
I went to I went to prison for I got sentenced to 3 years. Got a good time. Uh, I did 17 months, and that was a whole experience. And what's so crazy is I wouldn't have changed it for nothing, because it it was a learning experience that was necessary in my journey.
Yeah.
And what I learned from it was that like we said in the beginning of this interview, the gratitude. Uh, I realized I took for granted a lot of things in this life that aren't rights. They're privileges. And when I got out, just the simple thing, being able to just use the bathroom like in privacy was huge.
Right.
I was like, wow, I can't appreciate this bathroom more than anything. Like when I was in reception, I was in solitary confinement for 4 months, going through just classification before even getting to prison. So 24-hour, 23-hour day, it's like just in a cell all day long, mostly 24-hour a day. We got yard probably once a week, but I was 24 hours in the cell, and like you have to learn. That's where I first learned what programming is
Mm.
and how important that is, not in the program of Alcoholics Anonymous, but just your program, your own CPU, you know? Like how does your program really work when without all these distractions? If you have to go to work, you have your kids or your family. How good are you with you in four walls with nothing to do?
How good were you at first?
I wanted to at first I wanted to see the medical doctor, and I wanted to get sleeping pills.
Mm.
That was my first go to because I was just like, I'm gonna be in here for this much time until I get transferred. I'm like, I'd rather just be asleep because that's how horrible it is. And then somebody told me I was like trying to slip the piece of paper through the cells so the guard can walk by and grab it for like a whole day. And my somebody said through the walls there's these holes in the walls in the it was called ASEC in Chino because it was overcrowded. So that's why I was in solitary confinement. But he said through the wall, and I'll never forget it. In the other cell, he's all, hey, he's all, let me holler at you. And I'm like, hey, what's up, man? I'm trying to get this ducket so I can see the nurse. And because we would talk through the walls. There's holes through the walls and the vents. And he's like, hey, you take them pills, you're gonna come out different.
Huh.
And I was like, and that really stuck with me. And I was just like, oh wow, I'm not trying to get out of here and be a completely different person because you see that. And that's the first time that I was like, yeah, who knows what psych meds I get on and then end up, some people will go in there without a mental health issue and go in there and get on some medication that's not managed correctly and get out on and have to be on disability because they're not mentally stable and they've been on this medication for this many years or whatever.
This is the Knockin' Doors Down podcast, featuring celebrities, experts, and everyday people who have overcome adversities, including addiction, mental health, and trauma, to live purposeful lives. And that's what Knockin' Doors Down is all about.